The big house had shiny marble floors that sparkled in the morning light. In the kitchen, Anna's hands were shaking while she cleaned the counters. She wasn't nervous because of all the work she had to do. She was scared because of something hidden in the corner of the kitchen. There, wrapped in an old blanket, was her baby daughter, little Marisol. Nobody was allowed to know the baby was there. Anna had broken the rules she was supposed to follow. But Anna had no other choice. She had been working for the rich Devoux family for almost a year now. They lived in a huge house that looked like a palace. The house was full of fancy lights hanging from the ceiling, picture frames covered in gold, and empty quiet rooms that made every sound echo. The head of the family was a man named Adrien Devoux. He was a millionaire who had made all his money by himself. Everyone in the city knew him as someone who was tough in business and didn't show feelings. For Adrien, every minute was important for making money, and showing emotions was just a waste of time. Adrien was the last person Anna wanted to find out her secret. But that morning, Anna had a big problem. She had no neighbor who could watch her baby. She had no money to pay someone to take care of Marisol. Anna couldn't leave her daughter alone in their small apartment. So she wrapped Marisol in a blanket, held her close, and whispered quiet promises that everything would be okay. She told herself they would make it through the day without anyone finding out. If you like stories about being kind to others, about getting another chance, and about how good people can be even in hard situations, please take a minute to leave a comment, share this story, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. When you do this, you help us share these special stories with people all around the world who need to hear them. While Anna was doing her work, she hoped and prayed that her baby would stay quiet. But sometimes life tests us when we least expect it. Anna was cleaning the fancy silverware when she heard a small cough. Then she heard the sweetest little laugh. Her heart felt like it stopped beating. She turned around quickly and saw little Marisol sitting up. The baby was playing with her own tiny hands, and her round cheeks were glowing in the sunlight coming through the window. Anna ran over to quiet her baby, but she wasn't fast enough. She heard footsteps coming down the marble hallway. It was Adrien. He walked into the kitchen wearing a dark blue suit. He was holding a computer tablet in one hand and fixing his expensive watch with the other hand. His eyes looked straight at the child, and his eyebrows came together like he was confused and surprised. Anna couldn't move. Her lips were shaking as she tried to think of what to say. She thought Adrien would be angry. She thought he would tell her to leave and never come back right away. But Adrien didn't say anything at first. Instead, he bent down slowly. His expensive suit touched the kitchen floor as he got down low to look into Marisol's eyes. The baby laughed again and reached out her little hand toward him. Anna held her breath. She was ready for Adrien to call the security guards or tell her to pack up and go. But that's not what happened. Instead, Adrien held out his finger gently. The baby wrapped her tiny hand around his finger. For the first time in many years, a smile appeared on Adrien's face. It was a small smile, like he wasn't sure if he should smile, but it was a real smile. Everything changed after that moment. During the weeks that followed, Adrien started to really see how hard Anna worked. She never stopped working. She often didn't eat meals because she was too busy trying to finish all her tasks. He also saw how Marisol's eyes became bright and happy every time her mother sang quiet songs to her while she was working. Little by little, Adrien started spending time with them. He brought toys for the baby. He brought small snacks. He even took short breaks from his busy work schedule to sit on the floor and play with Marisol. The big mansion that used to be cold and quiet now had sounds of laughter and tiny feet running around. The other workers in the house whispered to each other in amazement. They couldn't believe that the serious millionaire was becoming a softer, kinder person. Anna, though, felt embarrassed and ashamed. She hated that being poor forced her to bring her daughter to her job. She was scared that Adrian's kindness wouldn't last. She worried that one small mistake would break the delicate trust that was growing between them. But she also couldn't deny how relieved she felt. Her daughter was safe, loved, and happy in a place that used to feel scary and unfriendly. One afternoon, when golden sunlight was coming into the mansion, Adrian found himself watching Anna feed little Marisol small pieces of bread in the garden outside. Anna's hair was messy. Her work apron had stains on it. But her eyes showed a strong, powerful love that nothing could break. Something moved inside Adrian's heart. It was a feeling he hadn't felt since he lost his own wife and their baby who was never born many years ago. He had hidden that sadness under many layers of business deals, money, and being cold to people. But now, watching this humble maid and her child, his heart was opening up again. Adrian started asking Anna questions. He didn't ask about her work or chores. He asked about her life. He learned that Anna had lost her husband in an accident when Marisol was just born. She had no other family members to help her. Every single day was a fight to survive. When Anna talked about her life, she didn't sound angry or bitter. She spoke with quiet strength and courage. She wasn't working hard for herself. She was working for the tiny life who needed her. In Anna's strength and determination, Adrian saw a reflection of his own pain and his own chance to become a better person. The real turning point happened one morning when Anna didn't come to work. Hours went by and nobody knew where she was. Finally, one of Anna's neighbors rushed to the mansion to tell Adrian the news. Anna had fainted from being too tired and weak on her way to work. Without waiting even 1 second, Adrian told his driver to take him to the small medical clinic where Anna was lying down. She looked weak and very pale. Marisol was asleep next to her mother. Seeing Anna like that broke something deep inside Adrian. He understood then that no person should work so hard that they collapse just to survive. No child should have to grow up in the darkness of poverty when there was so much wealth and plenty in the world that could be shared. Right there in that clinic, he decided he was going to change Anna's life completely. The next day, Anna came back to the mansion. She was hesitant and scared. She thought she was going to lose her job because she had missed work. But Adrian gathered all the household staff together in one room. He was holding Marisol on his arm. Then he made an announcement that shocked everyone in the house. He said that Anna would no longer be just a regular employee. She would be given a permanent home to live in right there at the estate. He would give her full financial support to pay for Marisol's education and everything the child needed. Anna would have the freedom to work only when she wanted to and how she wanted to. She would never again have to choose between surviving and taking care of her child. Tears ran down Anna's face as she tried to thank Adrian. But she couldn't find the right words to say. For the first time in her life, she felt truly seen. Not as just a maid. Not as a burden or a problem. But as a human being who deserved to be treated with dignity and respect. As she hugged Marisol close to her, the baby reached out her little hand toward Adrian. It was almost like the baby was blessing him for his kindness and generosity. From that day on, the mansion was completely different. It wasn't just a house filled with expensive things and wealth anymore. It became a real home filled with the sound of laughter, second chances for people who needed them, and a reminder that sometimes the most powerful changes don't come from having money. They come from having compassion and caring about other people. Adrian, The man who used to be known for his ruthless and cold heart was now remembered for something much greater and more important. He was remembered for his kindness. If this story touched your heart and made you feel something, please don't forget to like it, share it with others, leave a comment, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Every time you interact with our content, it helps us keep sharing stories that remind everyone in the world about the power of love and humanity. And before we finish, we have one special request for you. Tell us in the comments section, what does kindness mean to you? How do you show kindness in your own life?